Well, I think no one has changed the face of women's golf, literally, more than Serie-Pak. Not just in terms of South Korean involvement on tour, but throughout Asia. It was a trickle-down effect all over Asia, and I think that she deserved every bit of adoration that she got in her farewell ceremony on Thursday. I thought it was a ceremony fit for a queen, which I think was very apropos. And I think that seeing so many LPGA players, from all over the world, standing on the 18th fairway in a line, waiting to recognize that and give her a hug and say thank you, speaks volumes about how much people recognize all over the world what she's done for golf, not only women's golf but men's golf as well. And I think that there will never be another Serie-Pak.
I thought it was one of the most extraordinary retirement events I think I've ever seen, not in golf, in all of sports. We were trying to come up with some comparisons in other sports of athletes who have retired that received similar ceremonies, and there is none. No one has ever received that kind of a send-off. It was incredibly emotional. Her contribution to this game is nothing short of extraordinary, not just in Korea but around the world. And I think simply to limit her by saying that she influenced Korean players does her a disservice. She influenced this game around the world.
I was lucky enough to be filming the retirement ceremony, and it's one of the most amazing things I've seen in sport. Just to see how much love that Korea and the LPGA players, they were all there, that you have for Seiri. She was very emotional about it, and it was just really nice to be there. If you just look at her record, she's one of the greatest players of all time. She's a Hall of Famer, she's won majors, but I think more what she's done for golf, it's bigger than what she did on the course. She sort of set the platform for Korean golfers now. There's probably 30 odd Koreans on the tour. When she got over there, this was the first one. She was the first one to win a major. She did it all. She was the first. So what she's done for the sport, she's completely changed the face of a sport. And there's not many athletes you can say that about in any sport, not just golf, but any sport. She's changed the way the LPGA is just from what she did. And that makes her one of the greatest athletes of all time.
パクセリ選手の引退はやっぱりもう一つの歴史だったと思いますし、なんか一つの時代がパクセリの時代が終わってもうパクセリキッズっていう言われる人たちがたくさんいますけれども、なんか引き継がれた感じがしました。
Well, I think they're incredibly strong mentally. I think that's probably, as a collection, their greatest attribute. They work incredibly hard. Korean players are usually the first ones out and the last ones to leave, and that's pretty well known on tour. No one outworks the South Korean players as a whole. I think that they've done a tremendous job in this newer generation too. INB and IK Kim, they're different in that they came to the U.S. as junior players, and they moved to the U.S. as teenagers and sort of grew up in the American junior golf system with USGA titles. However, players like Hana Jang, who played really well on the KLPGA and then came out here, they've done a great job of really working on their English and doing it. I think that makes them feel more comfortable being able to communicate how they feel and how they're playing, not only with the media but with fellow players, and have a good time and feel like they fit in socially as well as competitively. So I think that creates for a more balanced and full life in America, and I think that helps them have a lot of success.
I think it's the dedication and the hard work that they put in, and I think a lot of it has to do with the example Seiri set. The fact that she was going in a place and a time when no one knew what to expect, and for her to be as successful as she was, the model that she crafted for the rest of these players, really it's something that they now know what it takes to win out here, and they're learning at a very young age what they need to do.
I've asked a lot of players about that, and I think it's just their work ethic. They work so hard. They're quite prepared to put in the time. Golf's not a sport where you can just have natural ability. You have to really work at it. You have to practice the technical side. You have to practice the mental side. You have to do everything like that. And if you go to the range, the Korean players are the first ones there in the morning. And if you're there at the end of the day, the Korean players are the last ones there on the putting green, hitting a few more balls, practicing a few more short game shots, whatever. they work really, really hard. So, you know, nothing beats hard work when it comes to trying to become really good at something in sport, and that's what those girls do.